Now remember, the temple had walls and courtyards and everything, basically designed to keep people away from the inner core of the temple, okay? That's where the Ark of the Covenant was, in the Holy of Holies, it says. And guarding that in front of the Holy of Holies was this curtain, this veil. And I remember as a kid hearing this verse, and I'm thinking of ripping our curtains in the living room, and maybe I could do that, but no, this was not like that. These curtains, you can read, Josephus talks about it, the Levitical writings, rabbinic writings talk about it. It says it was over 80 feet tall, 24 feet wide, and it wasn't just a sheer fabric. It was layer upon layer of very costly cloth, different types of cloth. In fact, it was layered so much, and with gold thread going through it and different symbols on it. It was 4 inches thick, okay? And it took 300 Levites to carry it when they took it down to wash and replace it with another one. So huge, massive, strong. And what did it say? It was torn from the top to the bottom. Okay? Now, this isn't like the Wizard of Oz, where the little dog turns aside the curtain and you see the charlatan behind it doing stuff. This was designed to keep people from approaching a holy God. Remember, anytime you're in God's presence, it's awesome, it's powerful, and it's dangerous, okay? And this was designed to separate that holy place from being polluted by the world, and also to keep you from being struck dead by doing something wrong. So this curtain was torn from the top to the bottom, all 80 feet, and it meant something significant. We have to really see this as an apocalyptic event. This is the curtain really being torn aside so that we could see behind it. Now, the sad part is that at this point, when you saw behind it, all you could see was empty religious furniture. There was no Shekinah glory. It had gone. There was no power. It had gone, and it had been transferred. When the curtain was torn, it illustrated several things. One was we now have open access to God, right? It says we can boldly approach the throne of grace, right? It meant that the final sacrifice, the final atonement had been accomplished. Jesus said, "It is finished, it is done." But it also indicated that there was now a need for a new temple and a new priesthood. That this old, massive, stone, glorious building was empty and vacant, and God was moving his temple on to somewhere else. Remember, we had talked once about the vision of Ezekiel, where he saw the glory of God departing out of the temple, and then he saw a new temple being built up, and the glory of God coming back into that temple, and a river flowing out of it that watered all the areas and even made the Dead Sea live. So we have something to look forward to. What's the new temple? Well, Jesus, of course, was the new temple, especially when he was incarnate here on earth. He was a walking, living, breathing container of God, a place where man and God could meet, where heaven could intersect earth. But something happened, and